Good evening, boys. Okay. So now we'll see the formula to find the area of a parallelogram. Now, what is a parallelogram? Okay. Before we understand the formula to find the area of a parallelogram, we'll understand what a parallelogram is. Right on? Everything that you see on the board. Yeah. Yeah. So a parallelogram is a quadrilateral. Why is it a quadrilateral? Because it has four sides. Okay, any four-sided polygon is called a quadrilateral. Any four-sided polygon is called a quadrilateral. Okay, now what is a parallelogram? A parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Okay, so you can see in this figure, AB is parallel to CD. Navneet, you have to write something. Write down, write down. Yeah. So here in the figure, you can see AB is parallel to CD. See here, I've marked this arrow. See here, the arrow here and the arrow here indicates that AB is parallel to CD. Now here also you can see the double arrows here. Double arrows here. BC is parallel to AD. Understand? The arrows indicate that the lines are parallel. So just to differentiate, for one pair of opposite sides, we have used single arrows, and for the other pair of opposite sides, we have used double arrows. Dhanvin already shared the link, Dhanvin. Yeah. It's long time I shared the link. Yeah, bye. So, yeah. So just to differentiate, we use single arrows and double arrows. Understand? So the arrows indicate that the sides are parallel. So in this figure, AB is parallel to CD and BC is parallel to AD. Correct? Okay. Now, this is the definition of a parallelogram, a quadrilateral in which both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Yes, oh, I've written equal. Okay, sorry. They're also equal, parallel. I'm sorry, just make the correction. A quadrilateral in which both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Correct this word. Correct this word. Correct only that word. Our parallel is called a parallelogram. All right. Okay. So we saw that in this figure, right? AB is parallel to CD and BC is parallel to AB. So how do we write that? See here, AB is parallel to CD. All right. And BC is parallel to AD. So this symbol is read as is parallel to, is parallel to. So how do you read this? This is a symbol. How do you read the symbol? It's not 11. It's not 11. You can even slightly write it like this, slanting. Anything is fine. Both are fine. Okay. So it can be slightly slanting also like this. That's also fine. I normally write it straight, like 11. Okay. Yeah. So how do you read this? AB, the symbol stands for is parallel to. So AB is parallel to CD. BC is parallel to AD. So ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, now what are the other properties of a parallelogram? Not only are the opposite sides parallel, the opposite sides are also equal in a parallelogram. Not only are the opposite sides parallel, they are also equal. The opposite sides are also equal. So AB is equal to CD and BC is equal to AD. All right. Opposite sides are equal. They're also equal. AB is equal to CD. That's why you can see in the figure 4 centimeters each. And then BC is equal to AD. Yeah, hi, Dhanvan, good evening. Hi, Anirudh. Good evening. Disable your mic and follow the class. Disable your mic and follow the class. Yeah, so AB is equal to CD and BC is equal to AD. And what's the third thing I've written? The third thing, opposite, both the pairs of opposite angles are also equal. That means angle A is equal to angle C. Also, angle B is equal to angle D. All right, in a parallelogram. Just a second, Anirudh, just a second. Okay. So the third thing is that the both the pairs of opposite angles are equal. That means angle A is equal to angle C, angle B is equal to angle D. Understand? Understand? Okay. Now tell me, I'll take another parallelogram like this. Tell me all the properties. I'll call this PQRS. I'll call this PQRS. Okay. So now, what is a parallelogram? A quadrilateral in which both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So I should mark like this. PQ is parallel to what? SR. PQ is parallel to SR. And then QR is parallel to QR is parallel to SP. Understood this? That's why it's a parallelogram, because both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Also, opposite sides are equal. How do you mark that? See here like this. Opposite sides are equal. For equality, we mark like this. That means PQ, if you mark, see this one indicates that PQ is parallel, sorry, PQ is equal to SR. And see the double lines like this. This indicates that QR is equal to SP. QR is equal to SP or PS. QR is equal to PS. All right. Now look at this. Angle P is equal to which angle? Angle P is equal to R. Opposite angles are equal. Angle P is equal to angle R. Okay, so this is how we mark it. Angle P is equal to angle R like this. Oh, sorry. Where is angle? Then which is the other pair of equal angles? S and Q. S and Q. So how do you mark it? Angle S double. So you should mark it double like this. Angle S is equal to angle Q. Do you understand? So you should keep this figure in your mind. This figure will tell you all the properties of a parallelogram. See this figure? You can see parallel. See from this figure, I'll tell you. Now you should say the same for the next figure. Okay. So from this figure, you can say that PQ is parallel to SR. Also, PQ is equal to SR. Then QR is parallel to PS. Also, QR is equal to PS. Then angle P is equal to angle R. Then angle Q is equal to angle S. All right. Okay. Now let me take another parallelogram. Okay. Okay. Now, MN is parallel to MN is parallel to PO. MN is parallel to PO. Because it's a parallelogram. We know it is a parallelogram. So that means MN is parallel to PO. Then MN is equal to MN is equal to PO. Then ON is parallel to ON is parallel to PM is parallel to PM. Also, ON is equal to PM. Okay. Then angle P is equal to angle N. Then angle M is equal to angle O. Angle O like this. Okay. Mark it 2 times like this. If there's another angle, you can mark it 3 times. You can use it 3 times, like 1, 2, 3 times like this. Like that. Here, there is no other angle. There are only 4 angles. I'm telling you. You can also use 3 lines like that. So these are the properties of a parallelogram. These are the properties of a parallelogram. All right. Okay. So now, in a parallelogram, you can draw the altitude on each side. Okay. In a parallelogram, you can draw an altitude to every side. Now, for the side AB, this is the side, or it's also called the base. Okay. AB is called the base or the side. Base or side. Okay, base or side AB. See the altitude. The altitude will come from here like this. Altitude is a line segment that makes 90 degrees with the base. And altitude is a line segment that will come from the vertex. See here from this vertex D, it will come perpendicular to the base. Okay, perpendicular to the base. So this is the altitude. For this base, this is the altitude. For base AB, say DM is the altitude. For base AB, dm is the altitude. Supposing there is another line like this. Supposing there's another line like this. dn. dn is not an altitude on AB because it is not making 90 degrees with AB. It should make 90 degrees. It should make 90 degrees with AB. If it is an altitude, it should make. Are you concerned still? Okay, if it is an altitude, it should make 90 degrees with AB. All right. So you can see here. DM makes 90 degrees. You all know that this symbol stands for right angle, 90 degrees. Okay, so DM is perpendicular to AB. So if you take AB as the base, okay, then DM is the altitude. DM is the altitude. Okay, now there is another line segment DN. There is another line segment DN. DN is not the altitude on AB because it is not making 90 degrees. It should make 90 degrees with AB. Are you getting that? See, now there can be another line from D. There can be another line like this from D. TP. Let it be. There can be many line segments from D. DN, DP. DN and DP, they are not altitudes. They are not altitudes for the base AB because they are not perpendicular. They're not making 90 degrees with AB. So, but look at DM. Look at DM. DM is making 90 degrees with AB. So if you take AB as the base, then DM is the altitude. Do you understand that? Sure. Okay. So if you take DM as the, sorry. Yeah, it should make an altitude. Altitude means it's a line segment. It will come from the opposite vertex and it will be perpendicular to the base. It will be perpendicular to the base. If you take AB as the base, the altitude will be the line segment, which is called the altitude, should make 90 degrees with the base. And it should come from the opposite vertex. See, like the opposite of the line segment AB is this vertex, no D. So from the opposite vertex, we have the altitude like this. All right. Okay, so which is the altitude? The line segment, which makes 90 degrees with the base. Okay. Okay, fine. Now the formula to find the area of a parallelogram. So area of parallelogram is equal to base into corresponding altitude. I'll write only altitude here, altitude, but base into corresponding altitude. When we work numerical questions, you will understand better. So it's also, in short, this is the corresponding altitude. That's what I'll tell you. So base into corresponding altitude, square units. In short, it is written as, or you can also write it as, base into height. Altitude is also height, the height of the parallelogram. So base into height, square units. Base into height, square units. All right. So what have we seen so far? Navneet, read the definition from the screen, from the board, lovely. Mm. Yeah, you read, Avanish. Equal. You understand? You understand the properties? Very good. Okay. Now, what is the formula, Navneet, to find the area of a parallelogram? Altitude, square units. Or in short, you can write H. H means height. H means height. Altitude means height. So base into height, square units. Base into height, square units. Let's see the properties again. Once again, I'll just show. no. We'll take the length of the altitude. We'll not take the angle for calculation. We'll only take the length of the altitude. Yeah. Now make sure you've written all this. And what does this symbol stand for? Is parallel to. Is parallel to. Okay, fine. Now let's answer this question. Okay, now the question here is, find the height x. See the altitude. So this is the, so if you take this as the base, if you take this as the base, this is the corresponding altitude because it's making 90 degrees with the base. See, which is the base of which is the base of a parallelogram? Any of the four sides. A parallelogram has four sides. Any side can be taken as the base, but you need to have the corresponding altitude. Any side can be taken as the base. So here, see, the base is 4 centimeters. The base is 4 centimeters. Then the height is not this one. The height is not this. The height should fall on the base. The height should fall on the base and it should make 90 degrees with the base. If you take this is the base, the altitude will fall on the base and it will make 90 degrees with the base. And you can also see that the altitude falls from the opposite vertex. See, opposite of this side is this point here, no? From there you can see the altitude. Okay. So now how do you answer this question? See here. So what is the question? Find the height x. If the area of the parallelogram is 24 centimeters square and the base is 4 centimeters. Whenever the answer for area or perimeter is given, area is given to you or perimeter is given to you. Okay, whenever that's given, you first write that what is given now. Area of parallelogram. Area of parallelogram. Don't write. Area of parallelogram is equal to 24 centimeters square. This is given. This is given. Write that first. Now below area of parallelogram, write the formula. I've told you that. Okay, below area of parallelogram, write the formula because what? Yeah, what? Because I'm saying area of parallelogram and you're saying base into height. Both of us are saying the same thing. No, you're saying base into height. Base into height is what? Area of the parallelogram. So you can replace area of parallelogram with base into height because both are the same. What is base into height? Area of the parallelogram. So instead of in the next step, instead of writing area of the parallelogram, I'm replacing it with base into height. Write this equal to sign as it is, this 24 as it is. Is this understood? Yeah. Yeah. Now what is the base? Base is 4. Substitute into h we don't know. H. Write the others as it is equal to 24. So now h is equal to what? 24 divided by 4. So h is equal to 7. H is what? 24 by 4. 6 centimeters. Okay, so what is the value of, therefore, x, they're asking you the value of x. Therefore, x is equal to 6 centimeters. What is x? The height, right? X is, see, x means they're asking you the length of this one, the length of this line segment. That's nothing but h. Here also, huh? This one, huh? No, that'll be different. That'll be different. So the value of x is equal to the height, which is 6 centimeters. Understand? You should not do any other activity when I'm teaching Navneet. Sharpening. You should focus. Done? Understood? Yeah, try, don't you? Try, don't. Please write on the question, take the figure and then write down the answer. Sorry. No, H is height, no? So height is in centimeters, not centimeters. Yeah. No, come again, come again. No, area of the parallelogram is this full thing. Area of the parallelogram is this full thing. This is the parallelogram. This full thing is the parallelogram. The full area is given. Okay. Okay, next one. See this one. Two sides of a parallelogram ABCD. You can see the parallelogram here, ABCD. Two sides are 6 centimeters and 4 centimeters. So this side is 6 centimeters and this side is 4 centimeters. But we know that in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Okay, if you want, you can use this if needed. This is also 4 centimeters. And what about AB? How much is AB? AB 6 centimeters because opposite sides are. If DC is 6, AB is also 6. What is the reason for that? Because opposite sides are. Oh, that parallel both will be 6, huh? Because opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are parallel. They are parallel. But when DC is 6 centimeters, AB is also 6. Why? Because opposite sides are equal. Then if AD is 4 centimeters, BC is also 4 centimeters. Why? Because opposite sides are equal. Now see, don't get confused with these line segments. The parallelogram is ABCD. Okay. Now name the sides of the parallelogram. AB, BC, CD, and AD. Or you can write DA, DA, or AD, whatever. AB, BC, CD, DA. Can you write? CD. CD is different from DA. CD is different from DA. Yeah. Now name the side of the parallelogram PQRS. Name the sides. PQ, QR, RS. Oh, no, you say SP itself. PQ, QR, RS, SP. SP and PS both are the same. Both are the same. SP, PS both are the same. All right. Okay. All right. So the question is the height corresponding to the base CD is 3 centimeters. The height corresponding to the base CD is 3 centimeters. Find the area, the question, so you have to answer these questions. Find the area of the parallelogram and the height corresponding to the base AD. Okay. See, the parallelogram is actually this one. This is the parallelogram. Which one is the parallelogram? This is the parallelogram ABCD. Okay. D, C, B, A. This is the parallelogram. How much is CD, children? Why you're not able to see the figure? You're not able to see the figure, both of you? Go there then. You're not able to see the figure, is it? Oh. Bright. Yeah. How much is CD? CD. How much? 6 centimeters. Then how much is AB? 6 centimeters. Why? Okay. How much is AD? 4 centimeters. Then how much is BC? Because opposite sides are equal. Now these are altitudes. This one, can you see this line segment like this? Can you see this? This is an altitude. Okay, how much is that? Okay, 90 degrees. But what is the length of the altitude? 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters. And what is this? This is also an altitude. This is also an altitude. How much is the length of this altitude? X. It is not known. You have to find. It's not known. You have to find. The length of this altitude is not known. You have to find. You understood what is given? The information given? Okay. This is the altitude on the side dash. You know, you can't search for the answer in the classroom. Look at the figure. You're searching for the answer in the classroom. Look at the figure and answer. My question is this line segment which is called X. This is the altitude on which side? On the C. Huh? BA. On where is it landing? Where is the altitude landing? AD. It's landing on AD, no? So it's the altitude on AD. It's an altitude on AD. It's an altitude on AD. Okay, it's an altitude on AD. Where is this altitude landing? Where is it landing? B. Sorry? B. Where is this altitude landing? On this right? No, you're talking about this side BC. This I'm not asking about this side BC. I'm asking about this line segment. It's hitting which side? This one is coming to meet somebody. No, this line segment is coming to meet somebody. Who was it meeting here? DC. Now this line segment is coming down to meet somebody. Whom is it meeting? AD. So that means this line segment is the altitude on AD. And this line segment is an altitude on DC. Why altitude? Because 90 degrees. So altitude. Here it's a printing mistake in NCERT. It's not marked here. This is 90. It will be marked. This will be marked. Or maybe they've expressed in words. The CD is the height corresponding to the base 80. This is 90, children. Don't worry about this. This is marked 90. All right. Okay. Understood the figure? That's very important. Do you understand the figure? When you look at the figure, everything in the, all the information in the figure should look very clear to you. You should not be confused as to what is that x, what is 6, what is 3. It should be very clear. Now, name the sides. Name the sides of this parallelogram. D. They are the sides. How many altitudes are given? How many altitudes are given? 2 altitudes are given. One, the altitude which measures 3 centimeters. Look at the figure, look at the board. The altitude which measures 3 centimeters falls on which side? DC. Falls on the side DC. The altitude which is marked X. So X falls on which side? AD. It falls on the side AD. Okay. So now let's see how to answer the questions. Now, the first part is listen and then you can write. You'll have to find the area of the parallelogram. Area of the parallelogram ABCD. You can write parallelogram like this in short. Parallelogram. Parallel. This is parallel and GM. Parallelogram in short. Yeah, parallel area of the parallelogram ABCD. Understand? Area of the parallelogram ABCD is equal to base into height square units. Correct? Now, you know 2 bases. 6 centimeters and 4 centimeters. But for which base you know the altitude? No. See, now you should know the value of B. You should know the value of H. Only then you can find the area. You should know the value of B and you should also know the value of H. Only then you can find the area. Now tell me, for which side, for which base you already know the altitude, for which base you also know the altitude? DC. No, you should know the value of the altitude. Okay, now if you take the base as AD, then the altitude is X, right? But we don't know the value of X. So you cannot take AD as the base. If you take DC as the base, then you have to take this one as the altitude. And you know the altitude is 3 centimeters. So you should take, you should know the base and the altitude. Only then you can find the area. Yeah, you can take, if you take AD 4 centimeters, AD 4 centimeters as the base, what is the altitude? X. You don't know. Then how can you find the area? So you need to, yeah. Okay, so let me, you can mark it, when you draw this, you need to draw this figure in your notebook. Okay, you need to draw this figure in your notebook and you can mark. How should you mark? See here. Please mark 90 degrees here. And you can mark this as BM. Mark this point as M. You can mark like this. You can mark like this by yourself. Okay, so now write which is the base? DC is the base. Which is the altitude? BM is the altitude. You can give some other letter also. It's not that you should call it M. You can call it X, Y, anything. So now is this correct? DC into BM. DC is the base. Which is the base? Any side can be taken as the base. Base is any side only. A parallelogram has 4 sides. Any one of the 4 sides only you should take as base. You cannot take anything as a base. 4 sides, any one side you can take as any side you can take as the base. So we have taken DC as the base. Now, if you take DC as the base, you should take the corresponding altitude. That means that line segment which lands on DC. You must take that line segment which lands on DC and which is making 90 degrees with DC. So BM is the line segment. BM, look at the board there. BM is the line segment that is landing on DC and also making 90 degrees with DC. So you should take that as the altitude. BM is the altitude. So that is equal to 6 into 3, which is 18 centimeters square. Correct? Now, so you know that the area of the parallelogram is 18 centimeters square. That means base into height is 18 centimeters square. Now you take base as AD. Now you take the base as AD. So area of Write it again. Area of the parallelogram ABCD is equal to. Okay. Now you take base into height is equal to 18. Now you take AD as the base. Now you take AD as the base. Then which is the altitude? X is the altitude. That means BN. BN is the altitude. BN. Yes or no, children? If you take if you take AD as the base, which is the altitude? What is an altitude? It's a line segment that should land on the. It should land on the base, and it should also make 90 degrees with the base. So BN, look at BN. BN is landing on the base AD, and it's also making 90 degrees with AD. So that's the altitude is equal to 18, correct? Now how much is the AD? How much is the AD, Avnish? 4 into how much is BN? X is equal to 18. Then what is X? X is equal to 18 divided by 4. 2 9s are 18, 2 2s are 4. That is equal to 9 by 2. When you divide, you will get 4.5. 4.5 centimeters. That's not, we cannot multiply decimal number. Which one? You can. Yeah. No, no, write on this first. So X is equal to 4.5 centimeters. So what is the second? This is the answer to the second question, children. What's the second question? The height corresponding to the base AD. So what is the height corresponding to the base AD? How much is it? So you should write here. Therefore, the height corresponding to the base AD is how much? I don't. First write, listen to this, boys. First write the question and the figure. The figure is what was given in the question. Then in the solution, you should again draw the figure. In the solution, draw the figure again, and in that you should mark M, N, and 90 degrees. What we marked, that you should show in the solution figure, not in the question figure. There is something called the question figure and solution figure. In the question figure, you should draw what you should take whatever was given. What you have marked M, N, and all that you should draw again. You should draw the figure again in the solution and mark it there. Yeah, draw. Okay, I'll draw the figure. Answer figure, I'll go. Pan. No, I'll turn on the TV. So what is this word? Corresponding. CORR I've written corresponding. Okay. Now let's see the formula to find the area of a triangle. Right? I don't come first. Bounded. A polygon bounded by 3 line segments is called a triangle. No, that's wrong. It should pass through the same point. Louder. Altitude. Square units. Yes, yes, yes. Corresponding altitude meaning corresponding height. Altitude is also called height. It should pass to the same point. Give me a book here. Yeah. Yes. It didn't pass, but you made it dark, and so it looks like it passes, I think. Does it pass to the same point, Navneet? Okay, you can draw it correctly at home. Now you know how it is, right? You try it later. Leave some space for it and try it later. Yeah. So what's the formula to find the area of a triangle? Parallelogram is base into corresponding altitude. This one is half into base into corresponding altitude. Yeah. To corresponding altitude. Yeah. Area of a parallelogram is base into corresponding altitude. Square units. For a triangle, area of a triangle is equal to half into base into corresponding altitude. Altitude is also called height. Height. Square units. Yeah. Or in short, you can say area of a triangle is equal to half base into height. Half into b into h square units. Half into same thing. Half into base is b, height is h. Corresponding altitude is also height, no? So h. Now you should not say corresponding altitude A, so I'm going to say half into B into A. No, it's half into B into H only. Okay, there's something called conventional, no? It's something which is used like that only for a long period of time. So you can't change it now. Correct? You can't say half base into altitude, so I'm going to say half into B into A. It's correct, but it's not used like that. B into H square units. Okay? All right. Now answer these questions. Now with respect to this figure, okay, with respect to this figure, with respect to, if I write WRT, that means with respect to, that means using this figure. With respect to this figure, I'm going to ask you some questions. Now, supposing I show a picture on the board. Now, with respect to the picture, answer the questions means with regard, considering this picture, take information from this picture and answer the question. With respect to, not respect means respect, not that respect. Okay, with respect to, okay, so with respect to the triangle ABC, we have. Okay, so if I write all that, maybe I'll just write it directly. 1 second. Area of triangle ABC is equal to, with respect to this figure, is equal to half into what? Base is what? Base is what? If I take BC as the base, which is the altitude? AP is the altitude. AP is the altitude. If you take BC as the base, AP is the altitude, because what is why AP is the altitude? Because AP is landing on BC and it's making 90 degrees with BC. So AP, yeah. That's okay. Square units. All right. Then, okay, you can try this one, Navneet. Now you tell me another one. Area of triangle ABC can also be written as half into, if you take the side as AC, if you take the side as AC, which is altitude, tell me the line segment that is landing on AC and making 90 degrees with AC. Huh? CR is landing on AC. You should not ask me, you must say. So BQ is what? BQ is landing on AC, no? It's landing on AC and it's making 90 degrees with AC. So half into AC into BQ, base into corresponding altitude. Which is the base? Always base means any side of the figure. Any side of the figure. If it is a parallelogram, any side of the parallelogram is the base. Triangle, any side of the triangle is the base. Base is always any side of the figure. Don't simply hear some noise. Please understand what I'm saying. Okay. Square units. Now tell me the last one. One more we can write. Area of triangle ABC is equal to half into A, which is the base, AB into CR, square units. See here, it's landing. See, from C, there's a line segment and it's landing on AB. No, make. Yeah, that's what. See, this line segment CR is landing on AB, no? And it's making 90 degrees with AB. Okay, let's do one minute. Now you understood? Yeah. Well, anyways, do it again. See, now supposing we take a triangle. Name the three sides of this triangle. RP. These are the three sides. So these are the three bases. So how can you find the area? Area of triangle PQR is equal to, you can write half into basis PQ, you can write into altitude, we don't know. Or you can write area of triangle PQR is equal to half into, tell me the sides PQ, then which is the side? RQ, or you can say, tell me in order, PQ, QR. Then area of triangle, area of triangle PQR is equal to half into PR into. Now see, we have written all the three sides, no, half into all the three sides, PQ, QR and PR. So half into, half into, put your hand down, Navneet. Yeah. So half into base into height, right? So we have written every side of the triangle is the base. Now let's write the corresponding altitude. Now PQ, no, this is PQ. Look at, okay, this is PQ, this is PQ. So see the altitude for PQ, no, it will come from the opposite vertex R. From R, there'll be a line segment like this. Okay, now supposing M. RM is the altitude on PQ. RM is the altitude on PQ. Why? Because on PQ making 90 degrees with PQ. And it's also coming from the opposite vertex. It's coming from the opposite vertex R. So it will be what? Half into PQ into RM. RM square units. Now half into QR. For QR, from where should the altitude come for QR? From P. From P. QR, it should come from P. It should come from P. Opposite vertex. From P, there's a line. There's a line like this. It land like this. 90 degrees. QR. N. So half into QR into. Yeah, PN. PN lands on QR. It makes 90 degrees with QR. And from where does it come? From the opposite vertex, P. From P. Okay, so that's the altitude on QR. So half into QR into PN. PN square units. Then, which is the other side, PR. From where should the altitude come? From Q. It should come from Q. It will pass through this point. It will pass through that point. It will. In all the triangles, I'll tell you. Okay, in all the triangles, the altitudes are concurrent. I'll tell you what is concurrency. MN, let's say O. Okay, so half into PR into QO. QO or OQ. QO, OQ, both are the same. Q, okay, QO square units. Is this understood? Okay, so now which are the bases? PQ, QR, PR. They are the bases. That are the sides and the bases. And altitudes are? Okay, one by one. You tell me, Avanish. Now tell me the altitude on PQ. Tell me the altitude on QR. PN. The altitude on PR. Okay, Navneet. Altitude on QR. PN. Altitude on PR. Q. Altitude on PQ. RM. Now, on the altitude, you can see that the three altitudes, they go through the same point. That is, they have a point like this in common. That's called the point of concurrency. Point of concurrency. Concurrency, see, when two lines meet, we say they intersect. When two lines meet, we say point of intersection. When more than two lines meet, we say the point of concurrency. If 3 lines, 4 lines, 5 lines, 10 lines, 20 lines go through the same point. Now see, like, so this point is called the point of concurrency. But supposing like this is called the point of intersection. Only exactly 2 lines, then it's called the point of intersection. More than 2 lines, point of concurrency. Okay, this is the point of concurrency. Point of concurrency. This is the point of intersection. When 2 lines pass through the same point. Okay, that common point is called the point of intersection. When 2 or more lines pass through the same point, then that point is called the point of concurrency. Now here, the 3 altitudes, they go through the same point, right? So that is called the point of concurrency because 3 altitudes. Okay, so let me call it I. Okay, so you should say I is the point of concurrency of the 3 altitudes. 3 altitudes. It's the point of concurrency of the 3 altitudes. Okay, I is called the I is called the orthocenter. 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 Orthocenter is the point where the altitudes meet. Orthocenter is the point where the altitudes meet. Okay. Orthocenter. Orthocenter. Sorry. Orthocenter is a point. It's not a line segment. I, the point I, just the dot I, just the dot, that point I is called the orthocenter. Orthocenter is just a dot. It's a dot. It's a point, not a line segment. Altitudes are line segments. Altitudes are line segments. Okay, so orthocenter. Orthocenter is the point where the simple words, where the altitudes meet. Altitudes of a triangle. Altitudes of a triangle meet. Triangle meet. All right. Write down all this. Write it in the order I wrote it. Like, don't write this orthocenter first. I didn't have place, so I've written this on the top. Write on this one. You feeling better now? No need. Done? Yeah. Yeah. So every class there will be there can be an oral quiz or it can be a written quiz. So from now, your school is going to reopen, no? So next week. So all this 12th, huh? No, I haven't seen the circular. 12th, huh? That is Monday. From Monday. Okay, fine. So now we need to, like get back to the real study mode. So every time, so now today is Saturday, right? So whatever was taught in the class today, you need to revise, practice well, and come prepared for the next class. All right, and come prepared for the next class. So I'll tell you how we'll be dividing the time of 2 hours and 15 minutes from 5 to 7:15. So we'll have 15 minutes of test, or it can be oral quiz, or it can be a written test, whatever. So, but we'll be recalling what we did from the previous class. So you need to come prepared. All right. Anything I can ask. It can be a theory question, anything. So I can ask you like, what is orthocenter? So you should be able to say it is the point where the altitudes of a triangle meet. Correct? So simple questions like that. So please practice. Okay. Nothing away from what I've taught you. It's enough if you revise whatever is in your notebook. Nothing away from that, I'll ask you. Any doubt here? So now, find the area of the following triangles. Okay. First one. So how do you present the answer? Area of name the triangle. Area, don't write now, of triangle PQR is equal to half into base into height square units. Below that you should write that is equal to half into what is the base? Name the base. QR. QR is the base. Into the altitude. PS is the altitude. Now below that substitute the values. Half into what is the length of QR? 4 centimeters into 2 centimeters. Okay. You don't understand if it's marked 2 here, that means this is 2 centimeters. Okay. How do you simplify this? 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So 4 centimeters square is the area of the triangle PQ. Okay. Now, in the second one, area of triangle. Triangle? No. The triangle is actually LMN. The triangle is actually LMN. This is the triangle. It's an obtuse angled triangle. Yeah, correct. Because they're dotted lines. Yes. So the triangle is actually LMN. And the thing is, the altitude on the side MN, on the base MN, will fall outside the triangle because from L, there cannot be a line like this, which is perpendicular to MN. From L, if you try to draw a line segment perpendicular to MN, see, you can see, see, it cannot be perpendicular. So that perpendicular will come only outside the triangle like this. And it will meet NM produced. It will meet NM produced. Now here the triangle is LMN. It is an obtuse triangle. It's an angled obtuse angled triangle. It's an obtuse angled triangle. Why? Because this is an obtuse angle. This angle is more than 90 degrees. It's an obtuse angle triangle. This is the base. Mn is the base. The altitude on this base will fall outside the triangle. Because from L, if you try to draw a line segment perpendicular to Mn, that cannot happen. You cannot. So from L, see, if you want to draw a line perpendicular, this is the one which is perpendicular. And that will meet NM produced. NM produced at O. Yeah, let me just finish this. So you can ask. So that is equal to half into base into height square units. Square units. Okay. So that is equal to half into what is the base? 3 centimeters into the altitude 2 centimeters. That is equal to 2 and 2 gets cancelled. 3 centimeter square. Yes, Avnish, what's it out? Dotted line. This is the base. Base is this, the side of the triangle MN. Base cannot be ON. Base is always any one side of the triangle. Base is always any one side of the triangle. What are the sides of the triangle? LM or MN or LN. Yeah, actually, yeah, it should be marked. Yeah. It should be marked. It's nice. No, you should, because the altitude does not fall on MN. It falls on NM produced. That's why the dotted line. The altitude will not fall on MN. It will fall on NM produced. That's why the dotted lines. That's why the dotted lines. You're asking why the dotted lines, right? That's what, because the altitude, to show that the altitude cannot fall on MN, but it can fall on NM produced like this. The same side, when it's produced, it falls. The altitude falls here. For that, dotted lines. Yeah, right on. I forgot. I missed one step here. Sorry. What should you write? This is equal to half into, stop writing. Half into. Navneet, stop writing. Look at the board. Half into. What is the base? Mn into the altitude. LO. So that is equal to half into 3 into 2. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So 3 centimeters. Write down first. finished. Yeah. All right. Any questions? Okay. Okay. Find BC. What is BC? It is a side of the triangle. It's the side of the triangle. Find BC. That is, find the base. A side of the triangle is also the base, right? So find the base BC. If the area of the triangle ABC is 36 centimeters square and the height AD, see AD is not marked. This is AD, okay? And the height AD is 3 centimeters. What happened? What do you want to refer? Okay. Okay, the height AD is 3 centimeters. So what have I told you? Whenever the value of the area is given, write that first. Area of triangle ABC is equal to 36 centimeters square. Write that. Then below area, write the formula. Half into base into height is equal to 36. Now below that, half into base is BC into the altitude on BC is which one? AD. AD is the altitude on BC. That's why now you should understand. You should also take efforts, no? Yeah, I cannot, for every sum, the same thing I cannot keep explaining to make you understand. Now you have to help yourself. Half into base is BC to the altitude AD is equal to 36. So half into BC we don't know. So BC is BC only into AD is 3 is equal to 36. So now we should write BC is equal to 36. Yeah, divided by 3. And 2 will come for multiplication. Into 2. Understand why? Yeah, 24 is correct. But you understand why? 2 will come here for multiplication. You understand that? How? I've told you all that? Okay, yeah. Very good. He's explained that well, correct. Yeah, this 3 will come for division. This 3 will come for division. And this 1 by 2, when it comes to the other side, it will become, it's here into 1 by 2. On the other side, it will become into 2 by 1. So that's nothing but 2. Okay. Now cancel. 3 ones are 3, 12. So BC is equal to 24. It's not centimeter square. BC. So BC is 24 centimeter. Understood? Very good. $750. This is like we are studying. That was like we start and we stop like. Oh, for 6 months have changed. Only 2 classes. Only 2 classes. Hmm? 1 minute. 11. Which month? June. Till 2011, till September, students born, okay, you're November born, no? Okay, so maybe I think till December, they have some criteria, actually. Yeah. The schools have some criteria. I'm not very sure about that. Yeah, quickly finish this. You draw the figure. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this one. In triangle PQR, the dotted lines are extensions. Okay, the dotted lines are extensions. They are not. They are meaning they're not a part of the triangle. This is the triangle PQR. So PQR again is an obtuse angled triangle. See, this one is an obtuse angle. Okay, PQR is an obtuse angled triangle. What is given? Look at the board. What is given? PR is 8 centimeters. PR, see, it's written here. But PR, this full thing, PR, this full thing is 8 centimeters. But they marked it here. Don't get confused. Don't think MR is 8 centimeters. Don't think MR is 8 centimeters. PR is 8 centimeters. It's marked there. Can you see? No, from that only I'm saying PR is 8. Yeah, it should have been, it should have been written somewhere here. Yeah. QR is 4 centimeters. PL is 5 centimeters. Yeah. Okay, now with this information, find the area of triangle PQR. The question is, find the area of the triangle. Don't read this. Don't see this now. Okay, find the area of triangle PQR. Now you need to understand. You must have the base and altitude. You should use that side, which is the base. Any side can be taken as the base, but you should have the altitude on that side. Yeah. So tell me, area of now. 1 minute. Now this is the obtuse triangle, right? What is it called? PQR. Okay. The altitude for this side will come from here. Okay. All right. Now the altitude for this side will be here like this. The altitude for the side QR will be outside the triangle. That's what they've called PL there. And the altitude for the side PQ. Okay, that should come from R. Correct? It's again an obtuse angle. This one is an obtuse angle. So it will not fall inside the triangle. It will come, if you draw the altitude, it will come outside the triangle. It will be here. It will come outside the triangle. Two altitudes. For an obtuse triangle, two altitudes will be outside the triangle. Only one will be inside the triangle. For an altitude. Here like this. Oh, here like this, huh? No, when this angle is 90 degrees, you cannot get an altitude inside. I'll tell you the reason because now, okay, one minute. Okay, let's go. So his question is, why can't the altitude come like this? Okay, the altitude come like this. Now, this is an obtuse angle, right? This one is an obtuse angle, correct? Now, anything more than what's an obtuse angle? Anything more than 90 degrees. So supposing we call it 100 degrees. Supposing we say it's 100 degrees. Okay, what is 100 plus 90? But what is the sum of the angles of a triangle? What is the total sum of the three angles of a triangle? 180 degrees, right? In a triangle, the sum of the three angles is equal to 180 degrees. It cannot be 190. Two angles added to 190. That's not possible. That's why it cannot come inside. It will not come. See, all these altitudes can be constructed. When you construct, you will see that it will come outside a triangle only. It's not that for convenience we are saying it will come outside. When we construct, there's a procedure to construct the altitudes for the triangle. When you construct, you will see that the altitudes will fall outside the triangle. In an obtuse triangle, two altitudes will fall outside the triangle. Only one will be inside the triangle. Okay, so it will not come. If it comes inside like this, and this angle is 90, that's not possible. And if this is 90, this one is already obtuse. This one is all, you're not listening. What did I say? Tell me, what was I telling you? Okay, so Valorant, this is 100 degrees, okay? 100. This is 90. 100 plus 90, 190. So that's not possible, right? The sum of the three angles of a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. But the sum of two angles itself is becoming 190. Then what about the third angle? So it's not possible to have the altitude inside the triangle. It will fall outside the triangle. Okay. So now, area of, now with the information given here, when you just write this in the rough column. Okay, with the information given here, area you can find using the formula. Area you can find using the formula half into. If you take QR as the base, which is the altitude, children? PL is the altitude. PL is the altitude. Okay. Or if you take, no, you have to listen more carefully. Okay, if you take which is the other altitude? PR. If we take PR as altitude, which is the, sorry, if you take PR as the base, which is the altitude? QM is the altitude. QM is the altitude. Correct? Only two altitudes are given here. So you can write only two formulae like this. I'll write it again. Now with the information given here, you can write. Okay, with the information here, we can write, area of the triangle is equal to half into base. If you take the base as QR, then the altitude is what? PL. The altitude is PL. QR into PL. Or if you take the base as PR, then the altitude is QM. Now, how much is QR? 4, no? 4. How much is PL? 3. So here base and height. So we'll use this one. But if you use this one, how much is PR? 8. How much is QM? We don't know. Then we cannot use this, no. Because you know the base, but you don't know the height. So you cannot use this. You cannot use this one. So to answer the first question. So to answer the first question, area of triangle PQR is equal to half into base into height square units. Yeah, that is equal to half into basis QR into altitude PL. That is equal to half into 4 into 3. 2 ones are 2 2s are. So 2 3s are 6 centimeter square. All right. Now we need to find QM. The second subdivision is to find QM. Okay, so the second subdivision is to find QM. What is the area of the triangle PQR? 6 centimeters square. Write that. Write that. Area of triangle PQR is equal to 6 centimeters. Write down that. What's the formula to find? What's the other formula? Half into PR into QM. The other one, which we did not use. Okay, half into PR into QM. Okay, is equal to 6. So half into, how much is PR? How much is PR? 8. Into QM, we don't know. That's what we should find. That's the second question. Find QM is the second question. Yeah. So half into PR is 8 into QM, we don't know, is equal to 6. So 2 ones are 2 4s are. Correct? Yeah. So 4 into QM is equal to 6. 1 minute. Yeah. So QM is equal to 6 by 4. So QM is equal to 3 by 2. That is 1.5 centimeters. So we found the area of the triangle and QM. Understood? Right. No, we have one more. Take the table closer to you. Yeah. Then the Avnish. Yeah. 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 To the first one alone. Okay, I think we'll take the next one today. One minute. 1 minute. Yeah. Do it. Yeah. A, C, B, C is 8. Correct? Which one is 7? Which one is 10?
So since it's fun, we'll see the answers in the next class. Then the next paper also. Next paper. Then the more. So more the papers. You know, complete this.
All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you.